Hello, everybody. How's it going? Just hanging out with the horses. They're eating a bale of hay, and I'm filling the water trough. Hello, everybody. How's your day going? Hello. It's okay. It's been slow. Haven't gotten much done. Filling the water trough for the horses and got them a bale of hay. So far, that's about the extent of what I've gotten done. And a few other little things, but yep. Well, when it's rolling downhill, it's not that hard. The bale's round enough that it'll roll. It's the ones that are really oblong or ovaled out that are hard to roll. This is interesting. There's a little bug with a cocoon right there. Well, the water's overflowing in the water trough. Let me pull some of this loose hay off the top of it. Hello. How's everybody doing? Saw somebody else said hi. Sorry, the sun glare on the screen is making it hard to read names or anything. Trying to say hi when I see somebody say hi. Yeah, I've got the water trough all filled up now. The horses are eating hay, so. Yeah, might try squirting them down a little bit, see if we can cool them down some. Once she got used to it, she's actually enjoying the water. I don't want to get the hay too wet. Let's get your other side there, Daisy. Okay. Well, we were just watching the horses eat some hay for a while. I'm going to go move the hose over here by the pumpkin patch. So we've got pumpkins growing there where the horses were a couple weeks ago, and got some more planted here that aren't really coming up yet, but I'm going to water that for a minute. And let's go back here and watch the horses for a couple more minutes. This one closer to us is Flower. That is the mother to the other one. The other one's name is Daisy. Get her stretch out while she's eating. Get her back legs way back. Well, I've got to go water the rest of the garden. The horses are all taken care of. So I'm going to walk over and turn this hose off and turn the one to the garden on. I guess I'll stay on the live while I water the garden. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and... I've got two plants coming up right over here. So I'll go ahead and get some water on them. Right on. I know it's kind of late in the season for just planting by seed, but yeah, I'm planting it in a good spot of manure and hay, and basically just like a deep mulch garden. But yeah, but you can see over here, I did the same thing a couple weeks ago, and I've got pumpkins coming up pretty well. Some of them doing better than others, but that's to be expected. But walk over here. Actually, I gotta go turn that one on before I can turn this one off, because I've got the well running. Swing back and forth a little bit real quick while I get the water hoses going to the right. Water flowing out of the right hoses anyways. So I got this one over by the garden and right by the pasture for the small animals. Got that turned on now. That one's off. Let's see, it's a little cloudy, so the well's not pumping very fast. The camera's not picking it up real well, but right now the well pump's spinning at 800 something RPMs. As the sun comes back out, it'll pump faster. Should be a little bit of water flowing out of here, but not much because of the cloud. And where's the end of the hose? I got this mess of weeds between the garden beds. And no water right now. But it's just a small cloud and the sun will come back out in a few minutes. So while we're waiting on that, let's walk around and look at the garden. The grapevine's actually got some leaves on it, and it might start vining out a little bit. That thing is ever since I've planted it, every time it gets leaves, something is eating it, whether it's been chickens or goats or sheep, or as soon as it's gotten leaves, something's gone after it. This tomato plant, it's doing okay. A few small tomatoes. It's not bushing out real well. Oh, there's the sun. Cherry tomato plant. I swear it had a whole lot more tomatoes on there. I think the chickens are picking them and eating them. The chickens have definitely been getting a lot of these tomatoes. All right, we've got water flowing now. Sun's out. Yes, this is just well water from a kind of deep well. I don't know. Compared to some of the wells out west, not real deep, but for this area, it's fairly deep. Looks like that broccoli head's not doing real well. Looks like it may end up going to seed because it got too hot. I think it was just planted way too late. Get some water on the grapevine. Yep, so this mound is a hugelkultur mound. There's logs and sticks buried underground and then mulch on top of the dirt. So I don't really have to water a bunch. I just need to water it occasionally to keep everything below the surface wet, and then it'll stay pretty green. This one is the same, so it doesn't need a ton of water. This one's got a lot of cucumbers growing. There's one little pumpkin in the middle of there that's spreading out some, and then I think some melons in this one too. And I don't know. This garden bed, I've replanted it about 6 times before I got stuff to really come up, and then a whole bunch came up. The problem was every time I would plant it, my chickens would get in and dig up the seeds and spread them around, and so then I replanted, and like I said, about 6 times. I ended up with a whole bunch of cucumbers. I know there's 2 green beans in there, and then 1 pumpkin, but I know I put at least 20 pumpkin seeds in this garden bed. I only had 1 come up. It's not because the seeds were bad, but because the chickens ate them. And then the other thing that would happen a lot with this garden bed and the other one over there is once the seeds did come up and they were just the first 2 leaves, the chickens would pull them out of the ground. I really need to get the garden fenced off to keep the chickens out of it. But, you know, I've got the T-posts. It's just fence wire's not in the budget yet. And then this is a bunch of butternut squash. And surprisingly, the chickens didn't tear this up too bad. I mean, there's a bare spot in it where obviously they got some of it, but little thin cloud and the water pressure goes way down. But you can see it's starting to grow a couple of butternut in there. Hopefully we get a few of them. And this one is not a hugelkultur mound. It's just basically a garden bed right on the ground. It's got some wood chips and the bagged garden soil in it. Over there I flooded that one really heavily yesterday, so I don't need to do a lot today. I also pulled the potatoes out of there yesterday. So, and then I added some more garden soil to kind of bury it all back in. And then the next thing, I need to water a little bit right there. That's just a pile of the stuff I cleaned out of the chicken coop, and then I threw some watermelon seeds in it. And there's a couple watermelon plants growing out of there that are starting to flower. So, should be a really high nitrogen area. It's just an old bale of hay that was spread all over the chicken coop with all winter's manure, chicken manure in it, and then cleaned out and dumped there. And then I'm growing watermelons in that. And then over here, ooh, I got a tomato to pick. Cool. I'm gonna get a tomato today. But yeah, this tomato, I did a shorts video, shoot, it's a couple weeks ago now, but showing the difference between this tomato in this garden bed and some of the others. The other, that one I did not pull any suckers off of. I just let it do its thing and sprawl out, and it has got more tomatoes, a bigger plant, and it's looking better than any of the other ones where I did pull the suckers off. All these other ones, yeah, they've got a tomato or 2 on them. That one's got 1, this one's got 4, and 5 or 6 on that one, and 3 on the one on the end. But they're all looking like they're struggling. Whereas that one's just looking healthy, and it's loaded with tomatoes. We got some mint on the end here that looks like it might be spreading, and that's fine. I don't mind if it takes over this garden bed, or this half of it anyways. I'll get this good and watered in, and then I'll go turn the water off. After I turn the water off, I'll come back and looks like 1 or 2 tomatoes to pick on that one. There's the goats, Willow, and Willow's right there by the tire, the baby goat, and then his mama's right there. Alright, that's good enough on this one. I think what I'm going to do is lay the hose on top of that. Oh, there's Willow. He's gotten bigger. He has grown a lot in the last couple weeks. But yeah, I'm going to set the hose right over here on this compost pile. Let the water soak in. water those watermelon plants while I go turn the hose off. Walking on a mulch pile. I got this pile I can spread all over the garden still. So yeah, the biggest pest we've seen for the garden, other than the chickens that are just tearing it up like crazy, but as far as bugs go, the worst ones we've had around here have been the squash bugs. And they've really inhibited us getting some winter squash. So last year we didn't get any winter squash because the squash bugs killed them all before they were able to actually produce squash. All right. Yeah, with the sun on it, that pump's pumping about 2,600 RPMs. But I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna go back and pick that tomato, and then I get sold in the live stream and be done. But thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to those that subscribed and shared and liked the video. I appreciate that. I know most of it was watching the horses while the trough filled up. But then we got a little garden update too. So, once again, thank you everybody. Let's get a quick look at the sheep, I guess, since they're right here by the gate. Well, some of them are. There's mama and baby right there. And Willow's over here. There's the mama, Noelle. And there's baby Willow. You can actually see his horns now. You want your head scratched? Okay. I see those horns. He's growing bigger.